Hi, I'm Matt Zeman. I'm an instructor with the Air Force's Air University at Maxwell Air Force Base. I've been a pilot for 26 years. Today we'll be looking at World War II dogfight scenes from movies to determine how real they are. Very accurate. The Brits operated in what they called a three-ship Vic, at least early in the war, and the idea was the two guys on the wings just follow the leader, and he focuses on the target. Once they engage, then everybody can start firing. But for this time period, that's extremely accurate. If anything, they might be a little bit wider, so they're not just close formation the whole time.
Check fuel, Fortis 1 and 2.
Very accurate for lead to ask for a fuel check. The wingmen burn more gas than lead does, so lead's making sure that they've got enough gas. And the Spitfire didn't hold a lot, just a little bit over an hour of flight time. So to take off from an airfield in southeast England and get over to the French coast, you didn't have a whole lot of playtime before you'd have to come back. So very accurate consideration there.
Keep them peeled, they'll come out of the sun.
That's still a valid tactic today where, try to get the sun behind you because it's really difficult to see. From World War I until now, that is still, a dominant tactic to try and, come out of the sun. The only downside out of this one is you're not terribly effective patrolling down at, wave top level below 500 feet. Normally these guys are going to be up quite a bit higher, 10,000 feet, maybe even higher. Spitfire doesn't carry a whole lot of ammo. You're pretty limited, so you want to do short bursts of about 2 seconds or so he's doing a good job there. He's missing the target, though, because he's not leading it. To hit a point in space, you've got to shoot out ahead of it so that, the bullets and the target meet at the same point in time.
Clip.
Bad guys don't always just explode into a ball of flames, and it's pretty common, if you damage the engine or the flight controls, it'll just kind of be a gradual descent as opposed to, the airplane just exploding or a wing coming off. So cool shot. A little unrealistic, our fearless Spitfire pilot has run out of gas, which is not inaccurate for the amount of fuel the Spitfire carried and, if you're engaged in combat over the coast. Planes do glide, once the engine is out. Spitfire can go about 2 miles for every 1,000 feet of altitude. And I'd say he's at about 1,000 feet, so he can maybe go 2 miles. So at that altitude, he's got probably less than a minute. That's a Stuka dive bomber, and the Stuka actually had sirens installed on them. They were air powered. That makes that very distinctive sound, and they use that for psychological purposes. But it's funny how any movie will show just about any kind of airplane that's in a dive will be making that screaming sound. To turn around and engage a fighter, you're bleeding energy. Any turns that you make, and you're going down quicker. So the ability to turn back, shoot a guy, and then turn back down the beach, it's a little bit of a stretch. I mean, the guns work regardless. So theoretically, yes, it is possible to shoot a guy down, with the engine off. Famous fighter pilot Robin Olds got a kill in World War II. He forgot to switch fuel tanks, and right when he was lined up on a bad guy, and so the engine quit, but he was in a shooting position. He took the shot. He shot down the bad guy, and then switched his fuel tanks and was back in business. You'd want to torch the plane so it doesn't fall in enemy hands. The Spitfire was, Britain's most advanced fighter at the time, and you never want to let that technology fall into enemy hands so they can, either reverse engineer it or figure out how to negate the Spitfire's advantages. So definitely that was pretty realistic to torch the plane. We still do that these days. It just looks like the propeller's on a stick mounted to the rest of the plane. It ignores this entire, V12 metal engine block that would be filling up that space. So you were so close. Yeah, I'd say overall, I'd probably give Dunkirk about a 7.5. There's a lot that's really good. Love the fact that they use real airplanes. If you enjoyed this video, click the link above for more.